It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Utah Jazz. And for Utah, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. And the Jazz signed.
Welcome to Philadelphia, the birthplace of America. The downtown skyline shining brilliant and with... Well, Kevin, thanks to Yang, clearly Thompson knows his role on this team. Got to admire how hard he goes on the glass. And the All-Star game and the fanfare coming up upon us. You've seen so many of them, Steve. Any All-Star game stick out to you as your favorite?
I think the Vince Carter show he put on in Oakland, that definitely stands out because I thought I had seen it all, Kevin, until some of those dunks Vince was doing.
Amazing.
So I would think that one for sure stuck out for me.
And it's going to be the Jazz off the tip. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Hood and Ingles filling out the perimeter. Whiteside is out there with Randall, and it's Wall in at the one spot. 11 feet away, bucket is good. Whiteside's got his team on the board to start the game for Utah.
And that's his go-to move right there in the low post.
Rose against Wall. Thompson, high post. Dishes to Tatum. Shot clock at 6. Over Ingles. Tatum's shot is off. On defense, the 76ers.
And despite the outcome, I think they'll feel a little better about that game. There are a lot of positives that they can take away from that performance.
Hey, at times you have games like that, but it's all about taking those good things and doing them consistently for an entire game.
Wall against Rose. The pass to Oladipo. They set the screen. The screen from Thompson. And Oladipo kicks to Rose. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot.
All Rose needs is a small amount of space to operate. These shots are too easy for him.
And it's really all about the evolution of Derrick Rose, finding out how to be more effective at this stage of his career. And, you know, I think he's done a good job of not relying on his outside shot as much. Still can attack and get to the rim, and it's starting to lead to better results.
He dishes it to Tatum. Thompson sets the pick for Tatum. Over Wall. Tatum's shot is off.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You can see he's frustrated with that one. Knows it's up to him to make that play.
Whiteside, and that comes off the assist by John Wall. Whiteside's got his second bucket of the night. For Rose, the outside shot was something that never really recovered after his injuries, Greg, but he is still a dangerous scorer without that tool.
One of the better finishers still at the rim in the league in terms of guards. His decision to go inside more helped bump that field goal percentage up last season. Not everyone can adjust their game, but Rose managed to do it seamlessly.
And Wall kicks to Ingles, picked by Randall. Inside, they set the pick. And Tatum pulls it down. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Here's Rose, and the go-ahead bucket, no good. 1:02 left here in the first quarter. Passes it to Wall. Drilled from 11 feet out.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems.
Here's Rose. Wall with a block. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Shoots it up. Hood gets the bucket.
And what quickness out on the break from Hood. Just eating up the hardwood with the speed.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Rose dishes to Oladipo. 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. They get Hassan Whiteside. The 76ers shooting their first free throws of the evening, and the first one drops. Oladipo hits them both. And so it's Utah here with the ball. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And boy, did that game nearly get away from them, but they were a little bit fortunate to have survived at the end of regulation.
They were extremely lucky. I think they took their opponent for granted a little, and it nearly cost them.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Jazz lead by 2. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Utah, Hood and Ingles filling out the perimeter. Handle out there with Whiteside, and it's Wall in at the point guard position.
And for the Sixers, trust the process was the motto, and the process now finally bearing fruit. You see the young talent. Now it's about figuring out how all these pieces fit together.
Whiteside, good.
And the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
Feeds to Oladipo. Pass to Rose. Over to Wall. Rose, no good. You were talking about the fit for these young Sixers. A bit of a logjam in recent seasons in their front court.
Yeah, I mean, they were in talent acquisition mode, just going for the best player available. And now as they see things taking shape, it's time to try and balance the roster.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Guys, Tristan Thompson has one of the longest consecutive games played streaks in NBA history. He said, the mind's a powerful thing. And if you tell your brain everything is all right, you'd be surprised on the stuff you can achieve. We have the mental toughness to push through our limits. That's how you become great and test yourself as a player. Kevin?
Well, David, Thompson's certainly a mentally strong player. Always nice to have someone you can rely on night in and night out. And the basket by Ingles.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
Kicks it to Tatum. Over Ingles. And it comes off the front of the rim.
I'll tell you, he just hasn't been able to get it done on the offensive end. It's kind of dragged down the team.
Drills the baseline jumper. Ingles has got 5 points so far.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
And Utah Jazz head coach Quinn Snyder was an outstanding basketball player in his own right.
Well, yeah, he was an All-American point guard in high school. His high school team, Mercer Island, was ranked #1 in the country. He got at Duke to 3 Final Fours. He didn't play pro basketball, but he got his law degree, his business degree, and he went into coaching.
And Thompson sends it back.
Great timing by Tristan Thompson on that block. That's his forte.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Here's the screen. It's Oladipo on the wing. By Hood. Oladipo misses.
Ooh, you know that's one he liked to have back. Point blank range, and he missed it.
Offensive rebound. Out to Hood. Lets the 3 fly. The shot. No good. The 76ers trail by 9. Here's Rose. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Rose has got his second bucket tonight.
Defense all over him. He keeps his cool because of his strength and size at that position.
Hood, the pass to Whiteside. Shoots from the elbow. A Crowder pulls it in. The 76ers have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Over in the corner, Rose. Thompson, a screen on Wall. Here is Rose. Here's Tatum. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so that brings the first half to a close.
Kevin, thanks. Joined by Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, your team is...
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third.
And now, the 2K Sports
Hey
Halftime
everybody,
Show.
Ernie Johnson joined by Kenny the Jet. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. They gathered some serious momentum in the second quarter, and as well as they played, it's a little bit of a surprise that their lead. And that wraps up halftime.
We welcome you back to Philadelphia, a town full of history. That's City Hall right there with the statue of William Penn perched atop it. The 76ers trail by 7. Tatum out there with Jay Crowder. Then there's Oladipo, then it's Rose, and it's Thompson in at the 5, roaming the paint. And that's the group for Brett Brown as we begin the second half. Steve, more and more we see guards turn to the Euro step to get around defenders and route to the rim. It's a slight move, but it's so effective. Which players do you think execute that move the best?
I think Manu, he's one of the guys I played with, even though he's older, still to perfection. Kevin Durant at his size is unbelievable. DeMar DeRozan, James Harden, and then I don't know if a Euro step you can call it for Russell Westbrook. He just changes direction. It looks like a sped up Euro step in Russell Westbrook's situation. Those are some of the guys that stand out.
Just 5 on the clock. Rebounded by the Jazz. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And this is the first season matchup for them against this 76ers team.
Yeah, and they swept this matchup the 2 times they played last year. They held the advantage on paper and on the court.
But hey, it's a different season, and anything can happen.
It's stolen by Oladipo. And Tatum with a clear path to the hoop. Oh, and the jam by Tatum.
I'll tell you what, don't sleep on Tatum. He has some ups. And I love seeing him trying to electrify the crowd.
And that replay sponsored by Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment, giving us an excellent perspective on the play. Whiteside, and the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here.
And you know, normally when you look at a guy like Whiteside with the field goal percentage and all, you think it's all about dunks. But I tell you what, he's improved his entire repertoire of scoring options near the rim. And now he's even showing that he can step out and knock down that little face-up 15-footer.
Outside Rose. The dish to Crowder. 4 on the shot clock. The shot, no good. So Utah will take it the other way. Whiteside, earlier in his career, didn't have as many options to score, but Greg, he's been very conscious of keeping that improvement of his game, and especially on the offensive end.
And Whiteside has been self-motivated since he's come back to the NBA. He's got the great length. He gets the hooks. He's got that baby hook up over the defenders, the soft shooting touch, and he just continues to improve offensively, all the while still being a force on the defensive side of the floor.
Derrick Rose has a skill of getting fouled, drawing the defense, and loving the contact. You know, the Jazz, one of the best run franchises in basketball. They operate in a small market, but still one of the top 6 winningest organization in NBA history.
And Steve, talking about the Jazz in Salt Lake City trying to hold on to big-name players. They lose all-star Gordon Hayward this past summer. And then you might recall Dominique Wilkins, who was drafted by the Jazz. He didn't want to play there.
Well, you know, the good news is you can focus on basketball, not too many distractions. And it's a beautiful city, safe with loyal fans and a chance to win.
The screen from Thompson. A nice shot by Tatum. Tatum's got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, that's a solid screen by Tristan. Understands how to position himself.
go now. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Jazz lead by 1.
He's just one of those guys who just knows how to generate offense regardless of the situation.
They set the pick. Rose kicks to Tatum. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Tatum's got 8 points.
And look at the focus. I mean, Tatum's not going to allow the defense to overwhelm him. Simply keeping his eyes on the bucket there and cashing in down low. You can see there the defender allows himself to get picked.
You know, it's all about effort. Sometimes you're going to get hit on hard screens. You just have to fight through them.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. The screen from Thompson. Thompson, a screen on Randall to the right side. Here's Rose, and the 76ers tack on 2 more. Here's Wall, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. It's all tied in Philadelphia, and we're coming right back after this break to get the 4th quarter underway. We welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. 4th quarter should be good. Jazz shooting 40% from the field. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the 4th quarter. Hood and Ingles filling out the perimeter. Whiteside is out there with Randall, and it's Wall in at point guard. 6 on the shot clock. Hood against Oladipo. And it's Hood again missing.
He got a good look from the mid-range area. He needs to shoot this one with more confidence.
Rose kicks to Oladipo. Thompson sets the pick for Oladipo. Off the pick. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Pass to Randall. On the wing, Ingles. Back to Randall. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Now here's Tatum. Ingles covering. Tatum's shot is off. Tatum's gone 4 of 11 tonight. Pull-up jumper. Yep, that one goes. Ingles has got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Jazz. Rose dishes to Thompson. And there's the feed to Oladipo. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Oladipo's got the lead up to 1 now for the 76ers. Just over a minute and a half played here in the 4th. Off the screen. And again, it's Utah.
Mostly a scorer coming out of college. Rodney Hood shows the willingness to make the extra pass.
Rose kicks to Oladipo. The screen from Thompson. Shoots off the screen. Another miss by Oladipo.
And that's the look this offense is designed to produce.
Always frustrating when you do everything right, yet just can't complete the play.
Rose passes to Oladipo. And it's Oladipo again missing. The Jazz have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Ingles dishes to Whiteside. Here's Wall. They get it back. On the wing, Ingles. Picked by Randall. 1:19 left here in the 4th quarter. Whiteside a screen. Randall kicks to Whiteside. Second chance shot. And he overshot that one, missing.
And the defense daring him to shoot that. Good plan right there.
Now here's Rose. Oladipo outside. Thompson a screen on Ingles. Here's Tatum. Drains it from downtown.
Well, that is NBA level right there.
It's the way the the game is supposed to be played. Guys competing at the highest level.
And the Jazz call time here. They're down by 2. There's 49 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Tristan Thompson.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Quinn Snyder said to his team. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And Philadelphia calls time here. The score is tied at 29. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So it's Philadelphia now. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And here's Rose. There's the pick. Just 5 on the clock. From deep. He's off from 3. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Well, if you're just joining us, the intensity has really heated up in this one. As we watch this. And the Jazz start out with the ball. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. And so in the game for the Jazz, Hood and Ingles filling out the perimeter. Julius Randle is out there with Whiteside, and it's Wall in at the point. Rose against Wall. The screen from Thompson. Now Oladipo. The jumper from the free throw line is good. Oladipo's got the game tied up here for the 76ers. Utah is shooting 41% for the game. Here's Wall. Oh, he's going to get hit with his second flagrant foul of the day, and that's the limit. He's out of the game and on his way to the locker room.
And it's a much earlier end to this game for him than he would have wanted. He brought it on himself, though, Kevin. I mean, 2 fouls that were way too forced.
Hey, G, the official's not cutting him any slack on the second one, but that usually is the way it goes. You know, once you cross the line and committed the first flagrant, there's a zero-tolerance policy. We all know that when it comes to the next one. Adebayo is checked in for Tristan Thompson. Here's Wall. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. Here's Rose. That one goes. Count it. And the 76ers lead by 1.
The leadership role with Derrick Rose, taking the responsibility of a big possession right there. Put everything on his shoulders.
Ball against Rose. Right side Hood. Clock at 6. Fires from deep. Kept alive. Right side. It falls.
Really good work on the interior. That is a critical 2 points there. That was an ideal scenario really for him. Point-blank range and also a size advantage.
And the 76ers call time here. They're behind by 1. There's 38 seconds left to play in the first overtime. Guys, your thoughts?
Hey, they do have enough time here. If they shoot quickly to get the 2 for 1, we'll see if they try.
Splitters checked in for Philadelphia.
And just carrying over from his last game. Completely dialed in. You can sense his confidence.
I totally agree. Heat check after heat check. he realizes, man, I'm still hot.
And the 76ers making a change here. Teletovic is checked in.
He thrives in these big moments. He's always ready to help put the game away.
Utah calls timeout. They're trailing by 2. We've got 33 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Wall up top. He's covered by Rose.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish. Somebody forgot to finish it.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Teletovic with a screen on Wall. Just 5 to shoot. Rose kicks to Tatum. From deep three-point range. No good that time. Utah calls timeout. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, tough situation here, but they do have enough time to get a catch and shoot. It's going to have to be very quick, but they do have time.
Good for 3. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. So it's the 76ers taking the win in a close. David, thank you as always.
Sixers playing spoilers.
Folks, that's going to do it.
That's going to make the West playoffs a little bit more interesting. Jay Crowder with the Kevin Love stat line. Tristan Thompson getting ejected. Second time this season that's happened to somebody. The first one was actually on the other side. Julius Randle was ejected against Phoenix earlier this season, and he also has a Kevin Love stat line. Hopefully this loss for the Jazz doesn't come back to bite them, because that's going to be rough.